Good evening. I'm Jay Suzanne, and I am an addict. I am addicted to Evernote, and the magical powers that it possesses is actually going to make me an amateur magician tonight. Mr. Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, and guests. I have a dislike for paper, particularly those floating pieces of paper, Post-it notes, little scraps of paper that seem to disappear, particularly when you need them, something on a phone number that you wish you had, you can't find. And then, even if you keep it, you have to store it, you have to carry it around, you have to carry the right piece of paper around just for the right event, in case you need it for that very time. In January 2010, I found the antithesis of paper. It's written by, or reviewed by, Bill Mossberg, who is the technology columnist for the Wall Street Journal. And he wrote about Evernote. I'd never heard of it. It's a fledgling app that allowed you to be paperless. And it was called the digital file cabinet that you can carry anywhere. I immediately signed up for it. I was testing it, trying all these different things with it over the next several months. And in about a year's time, I had gone all in. I had accumulated over my 15 years of career. I basically have a green notebook. It's named that because it's actually green, it's spiral. And I keep all of my phone logs, every meeting that I was in. I keep a record of it. I've been doing it for 15 years. I scanned them all into Evernote and threw them all away. This was a big thing for me. Finally, and maybe even crazier was, I've been carrying around a Rubbermaid container full of my grade school, junior high, high school trophies, plaques, memorabilia that my parents gave me a few years ago, and I've been hauling around with me every move. I dusted those off, photographed them with my Evernote app, scanned them into Evernote, and now at dinner parties I can actually show you the proof that I was the free throw champ in high school. Evernote is a great assistant to demonstrate these magical powers. And this is not just about Evernote. I'm going to show real magic here today. The first thing that Evernote does, or allows us to do, is put things into it very easily. You can email into Evernote, including attachments. You can clip things from your web browser, articles. You can drag files into Evernote. And what we're going to demonstrate here is we're going to take a photo, and put it into Evernote right here. And you look like an honest man. I'm going to... We have never met, right? We don't know each other. You have that glimmer in your eye that you could be bought. So if this doesn't go well, you would play along anyway. So I have this piece of paper. It says Toastmaster Icebreaker. I'm going to sign it. You're going to kind of verify this. And we will see what happens here. That's my signature. You good with that? I signed it. Okay, I'm going to take a little photo of this with my iPhone app, and we will see what happens here and see if my assistant can come through here. And I'm just going to verify with, what's your name again? Kurt. It's coming. It's loading. I'll let you kind of just check it out as I keep going. But
that's exactly it.
Yeah. So there's a picture of it. We will come back to this. My assistant Evernote will be working as I continue to talk. Because the other point that why Evernote is such a good assistant for this magical trick is that it synchronizes. So it will synchronize with my iPhone, your Android, your BlackBerry, your website. So if you go to the Evernote website, you can get on somebody's computer, I can get this signature from there. And so it's wonderful in terms of synchronizing and be able to find this digital file cabinet anywhere that you need it. And as we do this, I am going to, and John, there's no wires, right? No wires? There's no connections? We are going to do a little magic here. I'm going to move that picture onto this computer, hopefully, and put it onto the screen for you.
What could go wrong?
And there it is. I don't think I'll see that. I can make it bigger. But Kurt, is that right, Kurt?
Yes.
Is that the?
That's it.
That's
Yes.
it. So as you can see, I have moved that piece of paper, and the thing to note is it said Toastmaster Icebreaker. I've actually went ahead and typed in search for Toastmaster Icebreaker, so you can see what, because the third thing that it does, again, being able to get to access to your information quickly is the most important thing. There's no point in having a lot of information if you can't get to it. So I typed in Toastmaster Icebreaker, and that's what came up, because it reads that text in the file. It can't read my handwriting because it's bad. But it also brought up a couple other things that I have, including my current speech, which had the word icebreaker and Toastmaster in it. It came up with that. It had speech ideas, which I called icebreaker and Toastmaster, both the words in it. It also has the notes from my original icebreaker speech right there. And this is the most disturbing thing, and you guys may be weirded out by this, and I don't know if I can actually find it out. Oh, there it is. I actually have the speech note, or the audience comments over here, photographed, so I can pull up on all my speeches and see what people said about my different speeches, which is interesting and weird. But for a guy that threw away all his trophies, I don't know, I think he photographed that. So the power of Evernote, it's a wonderful magician, and I demonstrate something very simple. Obviously, you can do things much more interesting like printer cartridges. I photographed the printer cartridges. I'm at Office Depot, and I can, which printer cartridges do we have? I can pull that up, or recipes, or my work in terms of call logs. So it really is only limited by your imagination on how you can use Evernote, because it really is the digital file cabinet that you can take anywhere. Mr. Toastmaster?